But at the same time, there's also a point where you have to be serious, because if you're never serious, then you'll never be taken seriously. Right. So at some point we want to be taken seriously. And Malcolm X used to talk about this. He actually used to make reference to the fact that that a lot of black entertainers were chosen as black leaders. And what Malcolm used to say is, he said, we should not be following behind clowns. These are clowns. These are people that make money by entertaining people, mostly white people. They're not serious. They're not people that are going to actually lead you to any serious place. They're just going to lead you to the next joke. And Dr. Claude Anderson also has tremendous insight in his book, which, by the way, his books are all at powernomics.com. You may want to take a visit there and buy books for kids in the neighborhood. My wife and I gave copies of Powernomics away at our wedding. Basically, he says that there's a history since slavery of the black man kind of being loud, outlandish, and buffoonish in order to make money. And so what happens is that we look up to people that have the most money. People aren't financially conscious to understand that the idea of a person simply having money makes him more attractive to women, and it makes men look up to him. It makes little boys look up to him. So effectively, when you have buffoonish, loud, clownish entertainers who engage in outlandish behavior, and they get economic rewards for this behavior, children look up to that. Children want to emulate that. Children say, why would I want to go be a carpenter or an accountant or a school teacher when I can go and I can be a professional clown and make lots of money by being a clown? Well, the problem is that there's consequences to being a clown, in that the clown is not rewarded to be mature. The clown is only rewarded to be simple-minded and loud and ridiculous, right? So I want you to assess. And again, I'm not saying Bobby's a clown. I'm not trying to be mean here. Let's be. I want to be clear about that. And if I sound mean, just chalk it up to the fact that I don't always have. Sometimes I misspeak. Sometimes I say things in a way that isn't intended for it to come out. Some people, because people meet me, they think I'm much meaner than I am. I'm a very nice person, but I'm very serious about this topic. And I want you to pay attention to a few things in this video. First thing I noticed was he mentioned that his mother and father didn't have to go to work anymore, which to me is admirable, right? That's very admirable, because that shows love for family. And also, he said something also that I found very admirable when he mentioned when the guy mentioned that he bought the store for the lady that was being mistreated. So he kind of felt like he wanted to use his money. This is that word money. This is financial consciousness. He either consciously or unconsciously said, now that I'm making all this money, I want to come through for certain people, right? And I think that that's okay. I think that that's actually a good thing. You'd be amazed how many athletes and entertainers go broke because they're trying to be so generous, right? They're not all running to the club throwing their money in stripper thongs. They're not all doing that. Some of them actually go broke because they're taking care of cousin Willie and paying rent for Aunt Sally, and sending money to the deadbeat best friend that they had, who's on dope, right? Give me a yes if you've seen this. A lot of us have seen this, and this survivor's guilt is very real. Some of you are living through this. How many? Anybody living through this right now? Let me know if you're living through this, where you have a little bit of money and you want to take care of the people that are around you, people that are in your family. You don't want to forget about that, and I think that is a good thing. I think that is a wonderful thing. I think that's what makes you a good person. And I can relate, because that's who I am too. I can't tell you how many people I save